Hey everybody, I want to wisdom here about 10:54 Friday, May 9th, 2014. Kind of got interrupted when we were doing Cosmic Reflector. I was going to go ahead and edit that, see if it wasn't too messed up, and then my editing program kind of just like froze up on me, so I figured we'd come right back and just do Light Core Star Strike down Stargazer. So that's what we're going to do. There's my spreadsheet. Things are kind of hectic here. Just put her on the portal. I guess you'll have to watch her come in, but at least that way you'll know. I'm telling you the truth here. Pay attention to her fans. I feel like my current Star Strike, hers kind of look to flash a little too. I think that's from her eyes. Anyway, I don't know, that one, it kind of looks like she's just catching light from the sun. But I don't know. Anyway, this is Light Core Star Strike. I've got her base upgrades. I didn't record that because I recorded Star Strike's base upgrades, and that's the exact same thing. Just this one has glowing headlight eyes, so you didn't really miss anything at all. What you are going to see here, though, is the Stargazer path. Now, where we left off, her first purchased upgrade was Starfall. That's her tertiary attack, if you will. I think 8 stars fell. Let's see here. Yeah, 12 to 18 was the damage, and then with Star-Filled Sky, we got 12 to 18 damage 15 times, and that is basically where we left off. So what it looks like right now, just kind of refresh for you.
Time to shine.
Right where you see that radius, that's where they're going to do 12 to 18 15 times, and then you can reflect it, and it's got a really good range to it. So I guess I could show you on a dummy. If you're close to an enemy, obviously they're going to take the damage, and then you can actually step back, and the 18 to 27 from your twirl, and then as I mentioned, you can actually launch that and then have a good range projectile, or you can turn cheap into Skittles, whatever works for you. I think that's everything we need to know there. The damage. Let me try to get the damage numbers. I think the damage was the same on the launch. 12 to 18, I think, is going to be pretty much ubiquitous with that. So, come over here to Gorm. He's waving at us anyway. I am in my creaky chair, so be forewarned. I like this right here, that you get to pick the path. If you don't know, back out. There's people like me that try to help you make the best choice. Again, I like to go about things blind. Not because I'm stupid, just because I like it to be new, fresh, and exciting to me. So, I took Cosmic Reflector with Star Strike because I try to do it for you in a manner. If I just had one Star Strike, which path would I take? Cosmic Reflector was my choice. Number 1, it addresses primary and secondary. But number 2, and the big one, she gets armor. I feel like she's pretty solid with just the base upgrade, so adding that armor, even though it was plus 25, kind of a big deal. Now, what interests me the most with Star Strike wasn't necessarily her ability to deflect items, even though that's what was raved about since E3, but rather it was Starfall. Starfall and Star-Filled Sky kind of disappointed me. They're not quite what I was expecting. I was expecting like some super awesome, cosmic light show, massive damage parade. There's a chance we could see that with Stargazer, so that's what we're going to take here. Use powerful shooting stars from the sky to damage enemies. Again, what you see right now with her was just what I showed you. It was basically like Stargate. It just comes from the sky instead of you throwing it, so it's almost just like a little orb of light. Now, first upgrade though for Stargazer is called Starlight. Bear in mind all my prices here with a full 36% discount from the 18 wing sapphires. Starfall now causes a massive explosive star to fall from the sky. Press A to deflected enemies. Couple things here. Thanks to Star-Filled Sky and Starfall, itself, we went from 12 to 18 damage both times, but we went from 8 on Starfall to 15 on Star-Filled Sky. Now with Starlight, I don't know if each one of these is a massive star, if it's just like the first one and the last one, if it's a random one, if sometimes you'll do it and there won't be one at all. So we're going to have to figure that out, but let's go ahead and pick it up and see what happens. I think we'll have to do each of these one by one too. 9,088 is the price you need to fully upgrade it. We've got that covered. So let's see what it looks like. I'll try to stop right here on the wood each time and just take a look at what it looks like.
Rise and shine.
I think those are fairly bigger, and is that thing that slowly fell? Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Let me count these now. I'm thinking that giant orb that's like a slow New Year's ball drop or something is the massive star. So let's take a look at when it appears, and then I'll try to count the small strikes as well. Whoops. So it starts at the top. Let me do this again and not talk and just try to count. I'm thinking that looked like it was still the 15, maybe even more, but then it seemed like that giant star hit the ground around like the 12th one or something. So let me try and just count this, and then we can correlate when the big star hits. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I'm getting 17. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now that makes more sense. 15 and it hit around 10. We will do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let me document that in my spreadsheet, and we will repeat it. So, Starlight, we're going to go in, and we've got the 15 stars, and then massive explosive star is going to be ME. If anyone wonders, that's not me, it's acronym for massive explosive star. Hits ground on 10. Now the question is, if I just let that star, the massive explosive star, ME as I call it, hit the ground right here by this dummy, is it going to do damage or does it have to be deflected? Let's find out. So 12 to 18 is the same thing. Ooh, 55. So hits ground on 10 and does 55 damage. Now, however, we actually get to do what you're supposed to do. Starfall now causes the massive explosive star to fall, and then press A to deflect it at enemies. So I'm thinking you can hit it obviously before it hits the ground. That's just kind of like a deal setup. So still going to be the... Ooh, I missed it. So you hit it well before it drops down. 12 to 18 still going to be the same there. Let's... Dadgum sheep got it that time. 55, so even on the deflection, 15 times, I guess I should change that to 15 times. Massive explosive star hits ground on 10 and does 55 damage. Hit and 55 as well. So again, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but hopefully between the video and the spreadsheet it does, and that's my ultimate goal. So again, some of this stuff is like so complex, it's hard to phrase, you know, with just numbers. It's not like I buy this and I can just put, oh, you know, 55, because then you're like, wait, you know, you can get to 12 to 18 and it happens 15 times. So that's why I try to be thorough, and then subsequently you have like an overload of information. That said, Starstruck is up next. Price is $14.08. Press X to cause powerful stars that do increased damage to fall and damage nearby enemies. Now, obviously we have the massive explosive star. I'm thinking the 12 to 18 on our standard stars is going to increase here. Don't know if the massive explosive one will increase or remain at 55. And I'm assuming whatever these do, if 12 to 18 becomes 14 to 20, we'll just say imaginatively, I'm assuming they will reflect and do the same damage. So let's buy that and find out for ourselves. Even though she's like super complex, like Punk Shock and Fryndown, she actually delivers. There's like incentive here, you know, to actually do this. Now, as I said, we'll stop here and let's just take a look at it. Those look about the same as they did last time, nothing too crazy. So now let's see what it actually does to enemies. 24, so 16 to 24, and then was that a 63? We're gonna have to do it again. As I couldn't tell, and that sheep better get away. Let me go ahead and start documenting this. 16 to 24. I'm guessing that explosion That was probably a critical from the explosion, and it honestly looked like a 63 to me, but that seems too low. That was a 55 one. It's a question of how many times we have to do this before we see it again. At 55, obviously going to be standard. If that does 60 or 80 something, I'd like to tell you. It's just going to be hard. You stay away, sheep. I guess when I edit the video, I'll try to look for that. Now the question is, I'm assuming it'll do 16 to 24 if we reflect them. Let's find out. Oh yeah, so 16 to 24 there. Pretty much, that one's actually not too shabby. So 16 to 24 hits and deflections. And then Emmy star 55 to question. Because I think it was a 60 something. It could have been my deal was 63. Is 55 to 63 is not a big jump, so it could have been an 80 something. It's really hard to see the numbers, you know. But when I edit it, I should know, and the spreadsheet should reflect that. Final upgrade down the Stargazer path is called Starbrite. Starfall can be used 2 times. Set up a starfield blockade. So 1920 is our price. I think what they mean by that is you could literally, you know, press your tertiary attack button, you know, 2 times, kind of offset them, and then get behind there and start doing like Stargate and Cosmic Twirl. And then anyone that comes close quarters, like a Slam Bam or Terrafin, to get you, they've got to go through number 1, you know, attempt to dodge Stargate and Cosmic Twirl, but then number 2, they've got Starfall basically raining down on them. So we'll back out of here and then do the Soul Gem. Alright, so should look roughly the same, but again, just to showcase, we should be able to have the 2 active. There's number 1, there's number 2, and then I'm back over here just, you know, unleashing fury on people. Pretty cool, you have to admit. So I don't think that'll change damage numbers any. 16, 24, 55. Yeah, so we're just going to call that what it is. Have 2 Starfalls active at once. Simple enough, you know, I guess. Now we just need to come in here and get her Soul Gem. And good news is I've already documented it, so I don't have to do that. But we'll come over here to fully upgrade her. We've got to get shooting stars for 2560. Press Y rapidly to shoot mini sparkling projectiles at enemies. This one I didn't really see a difference in from Star Power, really. Her final base upgrade. I think, don't her fans look different now to you? I mean, they're almost, yeah, I mean, that's not the sun. They're like glowing black in some cases. So I think it's the Soul Gem that actually is giving her that look. I'll hopefully find out for sure with Enchanted. Or I guess when I edit this, I can double check. But basically, if you just tap Y a whole bunch, 35 to 53, of course, and then 14s and 21s. So I'm really not quite sure what that is, because I feel like Star Power did the 14 to 21. I don't know if she can actually shoot them faster. I'll double check it with Enchanted, and we'll make our determination from that. Nonetheless, this is Light Core Star Strike, fully upgraded down Stargazer. It's a cool path. I feel like Cosmic Reflector might actually be my preferred path. Simply because I feel like it's taking her strength and pulling it up. Now that said, this is actually pretty cool, and as mentioned, you can like use it to kind of, it's like Hex's Wall of Bones or Zook's Cactus, Floral Defender, Shroom Booms, you know, stuff. You can kind of use it for defensive purposes, I guess, more so. Cosmic Reflector to me is the better path, and then factor in the armor and I'm kind of sold. Now Stargazer would have coupled Starstruck with Starlight, and then the middle one would have been like a speed boost. We'd have a real debate here, but personally, I will say, if you want to do, you know, like if you're an offensive type person, I would probably go Cosmic Reflector. If you're kind of the defensive type, really, I mean, Cosmic Reflector's kind of defensive too, and it has armor. This is I mean, they're both good paths is the problem. It really comes down to individual play style and what you're going to use her for. I kind of think Cosmic Reflector would be better for story mode and PvP. That said, Stargazer, you know, I could see that. There's just not many instances in this game. I can think of several in Giants and or SSA, but there's really not a lot of instances I can think of where you would be in story mode and think, okay, you know, tons of tough enemies, I'm going to throw up 2, you know, Starfalls and get behind it and use my Cosmic Twirl. I just don't see that as like a viable situation. You know, maybe when I play Nightmare mode, I'll stumble across something like that. But usually it's either, you know, you're not battling or you're just like right in the thick of things and there's either a bunch of small enemies or a couple of big enemies, and I just don't see Stargazer being as useful as Cosmic Reflector. That said, you know, the good news is I think most people will have 2 Star Strikes. I know a lot of you hate light cores, but you probably want to get enchanted, you know, just because she's special and easy to come by. So, I mean, that kind of, you know, I would probably take your light core down to Stargazer, and then Cosmic Reflector, leave that for the, you know, standard figure. So that's kind of my little determination there. Hopefully it makes sense to you and helps you out. If you take that link at the top of the video description box, it will take you to a post dedicated to no one other than Starstrike herself. You'll see the video for her base upgrades. You'll see the Stargazer path here with LCSS. You'll see the Cosmic Reflector with standard Starstrike. You'll probably see a video dedicated to ECLSS. And hopefully between the videos and the spreadsheet you kind of get my lingo. You can kind of follow along. If you don't understand the spreadsheet, I feel like if you watch the videos, even if you use totally different terminology than me, I think you can make sense of my numbers. Again, kind of hard to document some of this stuff when it overlaps to this degree. But I will leave it at that. Hopefully this helps you out. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you check out that link to the Starstrike post. The spreadsheet will be there. Again, that's kind of your, you know, biggest help there for quick reference. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. I am not sure who I'm going to do now. I've debated Smolder Dash. She kind of follows the path of Starstrike, given she's got standard and light core. I'm thinking I may do her and Scratch. I'm still missing my other Roller Brawl. I don't have a second Roller Brawl, so I'm kind of holding off on that. I don't know, and I've debated Dunebug too. I may actually just kind of do all of them. Obviously that's the goal, but in the immediate future, I may come right back in and do Dunebug, and then Smolder Dash and Scratch, kind of go about it that way. I don't know. I'll do them somehow. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here shortly for whoever is next. I don't know that yet, or I would tell you. But those 3 characters probably in some predetermined order. So stay tuned for that, and probably this weekend, if all goes well, my nephew and I can kind of throw these 2 Star Strikes out there in PvP, kind of see how they stack up. Cosmic Reflector versus Stargazer. We'll see which one kind of reigns supreme in the arena. So stay tuned for that. Again, make sure you're subscribed, and I will catch you back here for something cool. Just don't know what it is yet.